Hi and welcome to our little podcasty video cast, Not Another Water Break. That's what we've called it. And I think by the end of this, it will be the most apt name for a podcast that we'll find. So here we are, final stage now, the first stage of the initial rounds have all been completed, the group stages. And tonight will be the first game of the last 32, or the round of 32. And thank God, because there's been some strange results and some tactical plays, but now it's all about knockout, and that's what we really like. Okay, so that's a natural break. I can cut it there. So, I'm joined here again by my good friend.
Hello everybody, I'm Zakar, and this is
Dave. Of course, I'm from England, and Zakar is from Ukraine.
Yep.
And they unfortunately didn't qualify, so Zakar has piggybacked our nation. And but fair play to him, he's been watching most of the games alongside me, and it's going to be quite interesting where we go from here. And break. So, Zakar, just a quick thoughts on what's happened in the group stages from A to L. We're not going to go through every single one, but just tell me your thoughts on that initial week and a half.
Yeah, so I think every single group has been probably not what we expected. We probably expected some good games, because we had some really good games such as Norway against France. But I just think every single team understand that it's not about knockout yet. So even if they lose a game, it doesn't mean that this is the end. So that's why I think they didn't play on their highest level yet. Yeah. So
keeping a bit back for themselves, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, they know they're not going to leave the group, and they don't have to go all in. Exemplified, of course, by Norway, who made 10 changes against France, knowing that they're going to come second, and there's no need to risk their star players, such as Haaland, who is, I think, is still going to have a lot of say in this World Cup, incidentally, as, of course, will Mbappe. So, here we go then. Round of 32. Tonight's game is the kick-off, or we kick off into that. And who have we got, Zakar?
We got South Africa against Canada at 8.
South Africa against Canada at 8, which is incidentally in about 30 minutes' time. Yeah, very interesting. I didn't think South Africa would get through. I kind of slaughtered them on TikTok. But
I don't think anybody thought that they're going to qualify, but they still did.
They still did. And did they come second? Or?
Second, yeah.
Second? How did that happen? After their initial game, where they were atrocious, even worse than England versus Ghana. But yeah, they qualified for second, and now they face Canada. Which, whereabouts is it? It's in Los Angeles.
It's Los Angeles, yeah.
I think Canada messed up a bit, actually. Where were they finishing their group?
Second as well.
Second in their group, which then, instead of going to Vancouver, they end up in Los Angeles. So they haven't got home advantage.
Yeah.
So very interesting that. This is a tighter game one that the bookmakers would have you think. I think South Africa will get a lot of heart from qualifying, and I think you might even see this is, for me, it's a 50-50.
Yeah, it could even go to penalties. You wouldn't be surprised if it's going to go to penalties.
Nice, yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. So, what's your prediction for that then, Zakar?
So for South Africa and Canada, I would probably say 1-1. I'll say it's gonna.
So who's getting through though? Who's getting through? That's what we want to know.
My opinion, I'll probably say South Africa.
Funny you should say that, because I say South Africa too. I was definitely wrong early stages, and I think they've got everything to play for now. 50-50 ground, no distinct advantage. And Canada, who haven't done great in the World Cup either, probably as bad as South Africa. And they've got, what's your man, Ted Lasso in charge. So, yeah, I'm going to go with South Africa as well. A little bit of an upset, and we'll see them through to the next round, amazingly. Good luck to whoever gets South Africa in the next round, because it is a bit of a gimme. But hey-ho, here we go. Next, Zakar, tell me who it is.
So tomorrow, Monday, 29th of June at 6, we got Brazil against Japan. Really, really good game.
Thoughts?
So Brazil finished first top of their group, and Japan finished second in their group. And I'll say that Brazil Group C, if you're looking at all the countries they got there, I would probably say you're expecting Brazil to finish first. So,
okay.
Yeah, but then Japan, I think they really had a tough group, like Sweden, Netherlands, all of those teams, and they had to go through it, and they finished second. So well done to them.
Yeah, I think personally, I've had a little bit each way on Japan at 66-1. I think they're less than half those odds now. I think they're a very, very well organised side, very fit, know what they're doing. I think Brazil can sort of, I don't know, they can put in the odd poor performance, shall we say. Neymar, when he came on as sub again instead of Cunha the other day, just took corners. That's absolutely bizarre. So I think he's probably not fit. I'm going to. This is going to be a tight one, and I think it'll be a draw again. And it might go to penalties.
Really?
We might see the most penalties ever in a World Cup with these extra games that we're playing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Brazil know how to get through. So sadly, I'm going to say Brazil to qualify.
Yeah, I think the same thing. As it can easily go to penalties, and probably on penalties, Brazil will be the favourites to win penalties.
Yeah. So who do you think they're going to meet, actually? So that'll be on Sunday, July the 5th, if they get through. And the next game below that is Ivory Coast, Norway, on Tuesday, June the 30th in Dallas. So that's who we're going to play Brazil, either Ivory Coast or Norway. That's a tricky one. Tell me about it.
What about Ivory Coast against
Norway? Yeah.
Oh, that's a tricky one. Yeah, because Ivory Coast have some really good players, and as we know, African nations actually did good in this World Cup so far.
9 out of 10 qualifiers from the group stage from Africa have qualified for the next stage, which is incredible, and it shows the rise of the African nations, which has been going on for a little while, to be honest. But carry on.
Yeah, the African players always have that speed. They can use that against Norway, Ivory Coast. So, but I still think that Haaland plays for Manchester City. All of those kind of players, superstars.
City.
I think they'll be able to win that game, and I think he'll finish 2-1 to Norway.
Yeah, not a bad shout. Like I said earlier, Norway changed 10 of their side just for this game, really. Haaland looks an absolute monster as usual, and he's more than a match for these tough Ivory Coast players. And you've got Nordegaard and Damsgaard and who's your fella from Arsenal? Odegaard.
Captain.
I think they're ready. I think they're ready for this, and I can see them going through and meeting Brazil, which will be an absolute ding-donger on July the 5th. So that's that. So back over to the other half of the table, and we've got France versus Sweden, Tuesday, June the 30th in New Jersey, 10 p.m. France, Sweden. Take it away.
France, Sweden. Yeah, I think Sweden did a great job. They obviously qualified from playoffs to World Cup, but I think they still have a really good side. Even though they finished third in their group, I think against Japan, Netherlands, it's just, you would probably expect that, because Japan and Netherlands are just amazing. They have a good team, both of them. So I think that against France, they'll be good, but they can't compete in that level yet. So unfortunately, I think France will win that game.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be like 2-0 or 3-0.
Yeah, it could be a bloodbath, to be honest. I'm very worried about France in as much as I don't want to see them win, but I can't get away from them. And the way Mbappe is becoming a proper team member, like I've never seen before. And he must have lost a stone, and he looks fit as a fiddle, and he's loving it. And he's competing with Messi to be the top goal scorer for this World Cup. I see destruction for Sweden, I'm afraid. And you've got your man again, who's your striker.
Sweden, Gyökeres, yeah.
Gyökeres, who I think doesn't cut it with the best players on the planet. So obviously for that reason, France are going to go through. So next we have, so we've done that one there. So, tomorrow is Germany-Paraguay.
Yeah, that's
in
it.
Boston.
9:30 in Boston, yeah. So straight after Brazil against Japan. Yeah, I think Germany finished top of their group. Obviously, you would probably expect that again because they won World Cups before, they know how to do it. And then Paraguay, again, it's just one of those small nations that are just trying to do their best to get to the next round.
Yeah.
And I just think there's nothing they can do against Germany. So I think Germany will go through and it will be like 1-0, I think, or 2-0.
Okay, there is one caveat there with Germany. I see Manuel Neuer as maybe a bit of a weak link here. He made a mistake when they played Ecuador, and Ecuador beat them 2-1. And he was waiting for the ball to land in his hands. And he's very slow at that. I think he could be the weak link here. All saying that, though, I do think they will have enough for Paraguay. As we know in the past, Germany have got a way to win. And in these early stages, they will do what they have to do to win. So that's those two. We'll cut there. Right, next, because we jumped ahead, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we should just go in order because it says like.
Oh, right, what you got?
We got like all the games in
perfect.
order. Monday,
you tell me.
Tuesday,
Right, so if I look at that and then I can come over to here for my predictions.
Wait, give me the pen because I can write the scores as well. Wait, which one we done? We done 1-1 for South Africa, Canada.
Babe, can you press stop? Yeah. It's not listening to me.
Brazil, Japan, we done 2-2.
Stop or pause?
Stop.